Alright. Hello? Hello, make it the phone details. Okay. Kanye makes shoes. This is this is a video about Kanye shoes. This is originally gonna be more than just the shoes. There's gonna be every like Yeezy Kanye related piece of clothing released. I might do a higher effort video on that at some point, but I'm fucking bored, so I'm making this. Um. Anyways, a few ground rules. This is every Kanye shoe, which is including pre and post Adidas. Um, so this is everything. So this has like the Nike stuff, and this also has like the independent stuff, and it also has like the collabs, like the two the weird collabs. Like it has the Bapesta shoe. We're about to get to that. And it also has all the easy stuff. Uh, Second, I don't. I'm not regarding price at all. Like that doesn't matter to me in this context. I'm judging these as art pieces, and I don't really believe that art should be judged by its material value. Personally, like you wouldn't go out and buy a painting for its material value. And then it's probably not why you're going out and buying a Yeezy shoe. Um, you're buying it because you find personal artistic value in it. Um, and that's kind of all that matters in this context. There ain't no third one. Anyways, number one, the Kanye S Bapesta shoe. Eh, like I guess it's there. Um, I don't know. I don't really care for this much. It's just like a Bapesta sneaker, but like I mean, it's a pretty cool color scheme. Honestly, the little graphic with the with the dropout bear kind of brings it down a lot. It's like they tried to put like a t-shirt graphic on a fucking sneaker. It doesn't work at all, in my opinion. This is like a, I don't know, like a 5.5 out of 10. It's a shoe. If I had it, I would probably wear it. Maybe. I mean, I would probably wear it if I had it. I could style it. I don't think I'd make fun of other people for wearing it if they were styling it well. You could rock this. You could rock this. Next we got the Louis Vuitton collab. I believe this was called the Dawn. It's pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the materials here with like the. I think you can see my cursor. Yeah, with like you have like this fucking. I'm not a fucking. I don't know all this fucking technical terms. I don't give a shit. I just like art. But like you have. I think this is like the inside of the leather, like and then here you have like the outside, and then this is more rubber material. Then you have like this plasticky, like shiny material here as like an accent. I really love the choices of material here, even though like there isn't that much color variation. It feels like there's a lot of variation just because of all the different materials being used. And I really like this shoe. This shoe, I don't even think I was familiar with this shoe before making this slideshow. But I don't know. I'm a pretty big fan of it. I'm actually a really big fan of it. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I really like this shoe. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. This is a great shoe. I would rock this. It's great. Oh, by the way, actually, I probably should have put in the rules before. There actually is a third one. I lied. Um, that I'm not gonna be going over every single colorway and every single little variation that was ever made. Like we'll be going over some variations, but like only when they're like significant. And also like again, I don't care about every single individual colorway. Yes, or some colorways better than others. Yeah, but like it's not really the point of this. And also, we would be here for like 9 fucking years, if we were. All right, now we get onto the Nike stuff. We have the Air Yeezy One. This is interesting to look at in hindsight because you can definitely see some jeans from what would later become the 750 with like especially like this strap thing here. Um, like if like it does look like a super early 750, which is pretty funny because that would be the first Adidas shoe that would be released. I'm sure I'm not the first one to point that out, but that's just a little observation I made. It's I like it more than the Bay Pasta. It's more interesting. It's pretty cool. It looks weirdly industrial. Like it looks like this was like this like glued together in like a construction site or something. Like it looks like a prototype. Like it looks visually like a prototype, which I'm not saying that in a bad way. I think that's actually kind of cool. That being said, this isn't something that I'd be super interested in owning outside of its just historical value, especially. And I know I'm not. And by the way, again, I know I said I was going to talk about the price, but like Jesus Christ, these Nike things, the Nike Easy stuff goes for insane prices now. Which by the way isn't being accounted for in the score. That's just kind of me adding on to like why I probably wouldn't go out and buy these. But these are cool. It doesn't. I don't know. Even if it were a reasonable price, I don't think I would like really go that out of my way to buy them. Though I do like them. They are neat. I'll give them. I'll give them a 7. I'll give them a 7. There are definitely going to be worse shoes on this list. Like, it's so funny, dude. It's so funny, dude. Dude, it's so bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, I'll defend a lot of stuff. I'll defend a lot of stuff. This is fucking what the hell, man. What the fuck? Um, it's not it. It's not it. I'm sorry. It's not good. Yeah, these are like spiny things on the it's kind of like like Sonic the Hedgehog when he like runs fast and he has like the little things going off of him off his shoes and his back. That's like that. This kind of is either that or this is like fucking like dinosaur scales or something like a reptile or something, which I guess makes sense because this looks like fucking scales here. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is such an insane design. Like, okay, being real. Like, this outsole and, like, the upper from, like, this point forward. From, like, this point forward. Like, this section is, like, fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just, what the hell is this, dude? What the hell is this? This completely fucking destroys the shoe. Fucking a 3 out of 10. I'm not gonna give it a lower score than that because I'm sure there's someone out there who could style these well. But then again, you can say that about like literally every single piece of clothing ever. Like every piece of clothing will look good in some context. But like, yeah, these are fucking ass. Don't buy these. These look fucking dumb as shit. Okay. Okay, first Adidas shoe. By the way, I don't know if these dates are even accurate anymore. It's very worth noting that I just ripped these off of some fucking random Grailed article that's very outdated. And also there's another article that I ripped the other ones from. These are also in a weird order. Like, it's kind of like kind of very roughly chronologically order, especially at the beginning, but it kind of falls apart near the end. But either way, we'll get through every sneaker. Trust me. But either way, the 750. I like the 750. I do like the 750. Um, it's nice. You have like this little part here that kind of overlaps from this part, which I think is cool. You have, the strap, like I said, like there are definitely some jeans here. Though this strap is on the other side. Though this also could just be the left shoe and this is the right shoe. Spoiler alert. But fucking these are cool. I like them. I'll give these. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll bump these down to a 6.5, and I'll give these a 7. That's what we're gonna do. The Nike Air One Yeezy thing is a 7.5. No, is at 6.5 now, and this is a 7. Official grading. I'm actually gonna give this like I don't know. It'll stay at 3. Anyways, 350 V1, the big old mama jamas. We're getting into the big old boys now. 350 V1, great shoe. I mean, look at it. It's just a nice shoe. It's just good. It's super solid. Has like this cool like lacing here where they're like going like in and then it kind of comes out here and then it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I like this design with like the pattern. And I also like the outsole. It kind of looks like I don't know, like a crustacean. They also like like I don't know if that's a weird ass comparison to make. But this is cool. I like the V1. I'm gonna give this one a as a 7.5 because we're gonna get to the V2. Which I'll say my specific thoughts on the V2 for later, but like I do think it's better. And also I do also like how high this goes compared to here. Like I do just like the swoop, like a swoop, like a swoop, like it goes like a swoop, and it's like kind of like a swoop, and it's like a swoop, and then woo, and then it goes like woo, and then it goes like woo, because it goes into a swoop, and then but what starts as a swoop, and then it goes into a woo, you know. I don't know why that image was funny to me. It is popping up. 950. I actually really like this boot. I really fuck with this boot. I think it's great. I actually really like it. But yeah, the 950. Oh, I didn't include the fucking military boot in this list. Fuck. I think I forgot to include that. Damn it. I think I remember it being like an 8. Like fucking there's a score for that. Anyway, 950. I really like this boot. I like how chunky it is. Like it just got some fucking girth to it. Like your foot goes into. Like your foot, like I'd imagine, like goes like I don't own a pair of these, but like I'd imagine it go there. Like your foot like rests like here, but the outsole like goes so high, and it just like gives it like this super chunky look, and I love that. And I also just love how like angular it is, especially with like this treading down here. It also looks very industrial. I've noted you get a lot of like this early Yeezy stuff, starting from like the Yeezy 1, like to like the 950. Excuse me, maybe like the 350 V1. It's very industrial. Like it feels very like very constructed, which is not a bad thing. It's just an observation. I do really like this boot. This boot's like a. I'm gonna give it an 8. Actually, I really like this boot. I would probably get it in like a darker colorway, probably. If there is one, I actually don't know if there is one, but I'd imagine there is. There's probably like a black one. I would probably just like get that. But moving forward, here we are, 350 V2, the big one, supply 350, you know. This is the real Mamba Jamba. This is like the Yeezy. Um, the swoop is kind of gone. The swoop is still kind of there, but it's not. It's more like a swoop, and not like a swoop now. You know, like it's just kind of normal sneaker swoop now, and like the whoop and like the do. I actually don't remember what sound I made for this, but that's not as prominent either. But I honestly kind of think it works better that way. This one's referred to as the beluga. I think this is the one that. Oh, sorry. This is the one that's referred to as a beluga. Or as the beluga, I think, and I don't remember which one this is. What this is referred to as? I think it's like the. Fuck! It came to my mind for like a split second, then I lost it again. Whatever. Who fucking cares? I don't fucking care. But yeah, But yeah, this is. But like, and that's for a reason, because it kind of looks like a beluga. The pattern is nicer now. It has like this pattern was cool, but this feels like more intricate, like with like the large strips where it's like less detailed. Like here and also like here and here. The crustacean ass fucking outsole is now translucent. Other than the boost foam. Um, and I think that's a great touch. I think that's great. I think that adds a lot of depth to the design. I really love the contrast of the orange. Apparently, I was watching this sort of half interview kind of like the this like super big I think it was some super big Adidas designer, or I think maybe the former owner of Adidas. I don't remember. Or even just the owner of Adidas. It actually might just be the owner of Adidas. I have no fucking clue. Either way, he was showing it off his fucking Yeezy collection. There was a lot of really cool shit, and he was mentioning that apparently this swoosh, like this like kind of iconic like orange like line, was a tribute to David Bowie, because like his passing had come up in conversation. I think it might have been like when the news was broken too, Kanye. And I remember I think he saw the inner lining of a bomber jacket, or he saw a bomber jacket that was like kind of partly closed, and he saw like the inner lining, which is, it was orange, and it was kind of made like a swoosh, and he saw that, and he was like, you know what? And he took the shoe, because I think he had one of these with him. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, like completely. And I'm probably missing a lot of specific details, but either way, he saw that, and it reminded him of the iconic David Bowie orange like swoosh thing, and that's why this was added as like a tribute to David Bowie. And apparently the Supply 350 thing was just like that. It was just like a thing for the prototypes that like looked cool, so it's there. Or so we just kept it on there, which I think was a good decision, because I actually really like the Supply 350 thing. Anyways, yeah, no, this is like a 9.5. Like, this is just like such a fucking incredible shoe. Like, this is like, is it a 10? Fuck. No, I'll give it a 10. I'll give it a 10, just because, like, it's just such a quintessential shoe. Like, it's iconic, it's, fucking, influential, it's so fucking great. Like, it's just so quintessential. Like, this is just, like, it's such a well-rounded, great shoe. And also, I guess, has boost foam, so, it's probably very comfortable as well. It looks very comfortable. What is there to not love about the 350 V2? 10 out of 10 shoe. One of the best Yeezys ever made, which is, super hot, not hot, but like super, super fucking cold take, I know, but like cold take for a reason. That was also kind of funny to me for a second. The Adidas Yeezy Power Phase. I'm not familiar with the normal Power Phase, really. I think this is a bit more angular, if I'm not wrong, like with it, how it, like, I don't know. I don't give a shit about the power phase. Or I don't really give a shit. I think this is called like the Calabasas or something. You can see this on here. Either way, pretty fine shoe. Nothing super interesting about it. Um, we got like the fucking three stripes as dots, which is cool, but like that's also just from like the normal power phase. Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck has changed here because I don't know anything about the normal power phase. Either way, it's pretty cool. I don't really find anything interesting about it. Like, I'd wear it, yeah. Like, I would be totally fine wearing this. Like, it's a perfectly fine shoe. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just very vanilla, very applicable. It's just an shoe. I don't really care about it much. I'll give it like a 6. I would wear this. Yeezy 500. This is where we start to get goofy. Like, before we were already getting a little weird. Like, I mean, like, we weren't getting super weird. Like, this was a little goofy but also not really. This was kind of goofy. But, like, I mean, oh, this was really goofy. But, like, this is kind of where shit kind of, like, started getting goofy, and it was good. Like, got real goofy, and it also got real good. Because, like, this is a great looking shoe. Now, given hard time styling this. And yes, that is just partly because of the contents of my wardrobe at the current moment. But in general, I feel like you do need to wear a specific outfit for these shoes. Like, you need to style your outfit around these shoes. Which a lot of people already do. But, like, you need to do that for these. Which kind of deducts a point for me, if I'm going to be honest. If, like, a shoe is really hard to style, it is kind of hard for me to say, oh, you should, like, 100% go out and own a pair of these. It just kind of, because then it kind of gets into, like, specific niches. And, like, what you specifically own apart from this. But either way, I do really like this design. It's very deserty, I think. Maybe that's just because it reminds me of the desert boot. But, like, this just feels very, I don't know, it's just, like, it's all part just because of the colorway. But, like, I do really like, it's very flowy. It has a lot of flowing going on, has a lot of lines, has a lot of stuff. Looks really solid. But, like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like how, like, solid this looks. Like, I feel like if I put my foot in this, it would, like, hurt. Like, it feels like I would be, like, having to put effort into every step I make with all these on. Which I know isn't, like, the case. Like, I'm pretty, like, at least I mean, I don't own a pair of these. But, like, like, that probably isn't the case. With these, but, like, it's just, like, they look like they would do that. I don't know if that's just a me thing. Let me know if that's just, like, a me thing. But, like, I don't know. I like it. I do like it. I'll give it a 7.5. Now, I mean, contrasted with, like, yeah, I gave these a 7, I think. Yeah, okay, actually, I might have given these a 7.5, but, like, I'll give these a 7. And these are a 7.5. These are a 7.5. I like them. I would like to own a pair of them. It would be nice to own a pair of them. Alright, the 700s. I think these are referred to as the Wave Runners. If I'm not wrong. I'm probably wrong. I don't fucking care. Like, I give a shit. These, fuck. I love these things. They're so vibrant. They're so, like, colorful. It looks like there's splatters of paint over them, but not in, like, a cheesy way. Like, it looks, like, super intentional. And I'm like, God, it just looks so fucking good. It looks like a wave of water. It looks like a flowing water, but, like, it's also colorful. And, like, It's just like there's like so much movement in this shoe. Like it looks like this like you know like when you see like a painting and it has like movement in it. That's like this shoe. That's this shoe. Um and I just love like the color contrast going on here. These even just the tiny details like the little dots here. Like why do you put those there? Like why do you put those there? Because it just adds just a little bit of extra detail and it's not hurting anything and it's just kind of like not too much and just a tiny little bit of extra stuff and it looks fucking cool. um God, this is like such a fucking awesome shoe. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love how this shoe almost kind of makes it to where there isn't like a clear distinction between like the outsole and the upper. Like that's just like cool. I like that idea of just kind of like, I mean, obviously, like structurally, I'm pretty sure there is, but like visually, like it's kind of like if you're just looking at them, like if you're, I mean, if you like really examine it, like yeah, but like if you're just like looking at it, just in a normal context, like you're like there isn't a super clear distinction, and I think that's really cool, and I think they effectively. I'm trying to think of the word. I don't know why I can't think of the word. It was a very effective way. They effectively did that. They effectively did that idea. Executed. They effectively executed that idea. I like them. They're like an 8.5. These are like a 9. No, 8.5. I'll give them an 8.5. But I do really like these shoes. They're great. 700 V2s. I don't like these as much. I don't like them as much. They're cool. They're cool. But like, I don't know. I look at these and I'm just like, God, dude. Like, my headphones just disconnected from my computer because I haven't fucking played audio in a while. But like, I look at these and I'm like, I want to live in that. Like, I want to live in that, dude. Like, but like, I look at these and it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a cool shoe. I like it. Like, I don't know. It just kind of misses the mark. Relative to the V1. Which like I mean it still has like some stuff carried over, like like these like little ovals and like swooshes, which is very reminiscent. Actually, this is actually it's the identical design. It's just like I'm trying to think of the word right now, like the opposite of embossing. Actually, I think this might just be embossing. No, it's not embossing. Embedding. I'm just gonna say embedding. It's like embedded into the shoe, instead of being just like the pattern just being like I'm assuming painted on. I don't know. I also just don't like the silhouette as much. Like I don't know. This feels too wide now. Oh, I'm sorry. Like it feels too wide now. Like I'm not the only one, right? Like it just feels like they just kind of poofed it. Like they just kind of poofed it up a little bit, which I don't like. Which I think this image might be a little tiny bit. Actually, no, I don't even think it is larger. I don't know. I just like. I don't know. I'm just not like a huge fan of these. I mean, they're fine. Honestly, like a 6.5. I don't really care about them like much at all. And the 700 V3s. No, the 700 V3s. There are better colorways of this. I know I'm not judging every single colorway. There is a better colorway of this that has like an orange and like a green. And it's kind of translucent. I think this might be a little controversial. I don't know, honestly. I don't know the general perception of these shoes. But I feel like it might be a little controversial to say. I really like them. I really like them. They're like fucking aliens, dude. This was the fucking, these were the fucking, foam runners before the foam runners. Like, these were the fucking alien shoes. These are kind of like more alien. These look more like aliens than the fucking foam runners, which we'll get to those. But, like, these are just so fucking awesome. Like, I just fucking love this. Like, it looks so, like, looks like a membrane being, like, torn apart and, like, blarbified. Like, it's so fucking cool. Like, it's so neat. Like, I just love the patterns and like how like I mean, it doesn't feel like as fluid as actually. Okay, this feels fluid in like a motion sense. This feels like literally fluid. Like this is wet. Like, you know, like this, like that, like I feel like if I touched this, it would be like I would touch it and I would put my hand off of it and there would be like a string like coming from like the shoe on my like through onto my finger, um and like I love that. I love that. Also, with this particular colorway, I do like this colorway. I like the color contrasting. I just fucking love this thing. It looks so fucking wild. And like, yes, it's a little hard. Yes, I'd imagine this is hard to style. Though this colorway could be pretty. Like, I mean, like if you're already wearing eccentric clothes, or like I'm assuming if you're buying this, you probably already have a wardrobe of some pretty eccentric out there shit. Like, this is pretty fucking awesome. I fucking like it. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it an. I'm gonna be honest. I did not walk into this video expecting myself to, fucking rate the V3 higher than the V1. It's a 9. It's really fucking cool. I like it a lot. It looks fucking sick as fuck. I really like it. Don't ask me why this is formatted differently. I fucked up and got and fucking gave up. The 700 movement. I like it. I do like it. It's kind of hard for me to give even more thoughts on the 700. I think this is based on the V2. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like this is based on the V2. I do like this better than the V2. I will say that. I do like the kind of inverted 700. That's cool. I like this particular colorway with like the color contrast with the super bright, like almost hunter's orange, like on the gray and the black. I really like that. Again, looks kind of industrial. Like this particular one looks pretty industrial. Like all these other ones. Okay, this gives off some. Okay, well this just gives off like fucking dad shoe vibes. Like this is like the most fucking dad shoe thing like Kanye's ever fucking released. Like ever. Like let's be real. But like God, it's like fucking. It's pretty. I don't know. It looks it looks like in the same way as like the fucking Love is Rage 2 album cover where it looks like constructed by hand and like kind of like rough but in like a cool interesting way. Like that's like kind of that like this gives off the same vibes to me. And I think that's what I was trying to convey this entire time. With like the whole or no, not the entire time, but at least like with the Air Yeezy ones. That's what I was kind of trying to convey. But these look pretty fucking awesome. I like them. I fuck with them. Pretty heavy. Though I don't love them. I don't love these. I don't think I would go out of my way to buy these. I'm going to give them a 7. I'm going to give them 7. They're cool. They have a neat design. I don't know if I'd really care much to own one or own a pair. 380. It kind of just looks like you took a Yeezy 350, and you just kind of like, you just kind of, you know, you just kind of, you know, that's what this is. I do kind of think the pattern's fucking kind of crazy with like this like, you know, digital almost kind of like a digital camo almost that you know, but it's kind of, you know, the normal Yeezy 350 and you just have like what almost feels like a fucking like It kind of looks like, like coffee stains on like wooden tables. It kind of looks like that, but like gray, and it's kind of like it's almost like they shoot like melted here. I like that. I do like that pattern. I'll be honest. When I was making this and I was looking at this image for the first time, because I actually don't think I was familiar with this prior to me making this slideshow, I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is kind of fucking lame. I don't really care about this." Now that I'm looking at it more, I think it's pretty cool. Given I don't think I would wear these over a pair of 350s. Like, I can't really think of a situation where I would be like, you know what? Like if I owned both of these, I don't know if I could think of a situation where like I'd look at my 350s and be like, actually, these would go better with this outfit. Like, I can't really think of a situation like that. And that unfortunately kind of brings it down, which I understand, like, observe art in a vacuum. Like, I do believe in that. But, like, I don't know. I mean, it's literally called 380. Like, it's directly meant to be, like, a sister to the 350. I'll give it, like, a 7, I think. I'll give it, like, a 7. It's cool. It's neat. I don't think I'd care to buy one. This one's also formatted differently because whatever. Yeezy Boost Quantum and Quantum Basketball. I think this is just the normal Quantum. I don't think this is the Quantum Basketball. Either way, maybe these are the Quantum Basketball. I don't know. Again, the fucking Grail article listed this as with this title. I just fucking copy pasted it. I don't give a fuck, dude. Either way, these shoes, I'm just going to call these the Quantums. I also like them quite a bit. I like them. I really, they're just fucking neat, dude. Like, you got the big, like, void fucking black. I mean, I've also seen colorways where this is orange, which I also do like. But, like, this particular one with, like, just, like, this fucking, like void. And then you have, like, this plastic reflective bit, which is cool. Adds, like, some cool material contrast. And you have, like, this weird, like, not zebra pattern, but, like, I don't know, like, like, it looks like a pattern where that would be on, like, the back of, like, on like a plastic surface, and, like, you would scratch your finger on it, and it, like, hold on, my phone actually has a similar texture. It would sound like it would be like that. I don't know how horrible that was for you, but it would be like that. Like, that's what this texture is, just, like, zoomed in. Or pattern is, but, I mean, I think it's cool. I like it. I'm gonna give, I really like these. Not like the most wild shoe that they've ever made. We're gonna get to that pretty soon, I think. And it's not the foam runner. I don't know. I think it's... This is an 8. This is an 8. It's fucking cool. It's fucking sick. I like it a lot. Again, it looks like a spacecraft. Like a future spacecraft. Not like a NASA one, but like, like a sci-fi spacecraft. And I think that's super cool. And I like it a lot. Desert boot. Desert boot is awesome. The desert boot is kind of just like the better 500. The desert boot is just kind of the better 500. It just has a lot of it has a lot of, like, the same characteristics. But like, just kind of, like, tweaked to where, I don't know, it's just, like, cleaner. It's just nicer. I think the colors on here work better, I think, even though they're largely the same, but, like, this is, like, brighter, kind of. And, like, it also had gray a bit. The 500 had a bit of gray. This has, like, no fucking gray. It's just, like, tan, which I understand there are other colorways, but, like, okay, well, it's called the fucking desert boot, okay? I'm mainly considering the desert fucking colorway. Also love this texture being used all over it on the upper. Like this kind of like, like this texture. I don't know exactly what it's called, but like, exactly what texture this is. You've owned shoes that have this probably. Um, I like it. I like how much it's used here. It looks fucking cool. Also makes it look very comfortable despite it being a boot. It looks like a pretty heavy boot as well, though I actually don't know if it practically is. Um, I love this outsole with like the waviness, and it kind of like progressively gets like sturdier. Like it starts out super wavy and crazy, especially with like these like treads on it, having being like these kind of like spikes, which is something that's carried over on a lot of shoes. Like I think it kind of started with the no, it didn't even start with the 950. It started with this, didn't it? Because like this is more like cube like like angular. By the way, this is bumping this up to an 8.5. I really like these. Like this is like more of like a spike, like a fin, like a shark fin. And we're gonna see more of that. And it kind of started with this. And then you kind of get up to this middle section, which I think is actually technically the end of the outsole, but whatever. That's kind of like still kind of wavy, fluid, but like not as much. Then you get up to this final part, which again I think is actually part of the upper, but like it visually looks like it's not. Or at least visually pairs with like the low or with like the fucking outsole. Where like it's much straighter. Like it still has a bit of flow to it, but it's like much straighter. Again, do like its use of textures with like the rougher like inside of the leather contrasted by the outside of the leather, and then you have like the fucking. It's just so fucking cool. It's just so fucking cool. I like it a lot, dude. It's so cool. I like it. I like it a lot. 8.5, I think. 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5. You know what? I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it the second 9 of the day. I don't even remember what I gave the other 9 to. I think it was the fucking 700 V3s, which honestly deserved. The Yeezy Slide. I don't know. Okay, so hold on. So for context, this is where the fucking Grailed thing ended. So we're switching now to a different article, which I don't remember the name of. I'm not linking my sources. I don't fucking care. They can sue me if they want. This video is getting 5 fucking views. I don't care. Either way, the Yeezy Slide. I really fucking like it. I fuck with it a lot. I don't know why the article picked this colorway to represent it. It's like the worst one imaginable. Like this fucking olive fucking looking slide. Like, you would get the white one probably. That's like the Yeezy Slide, right? The white one. Maybe the black one. I think there's like more of like an off-white one, and also like more of a sandy one, but whatever. This bitch, I really fuck with it. It's just so nice, very straight to the point, very like matter of fact. It's a slide, and that's all it's trying to be. And it's very nice. It's very effective, but it has a lot of detail, but very subtly. Like, I really love the treading on this. It looks so fucking cool. I've always been a super big fan of, like, this shark fin treading. And I think in this context, it looks super cool, especially with it all just being entirely foam. Like, I think, like, that texture looks really interesting with, like, light shining on it. And then you have, like, this little, like, tiny detail here that looks super fucking cool. That's just, like, it's just a little detail. It's just a little detail, just so it's not flat, just so it's not completely flat. And it just adds so much, but it's also like super subtle, and just it's so great. It's so great. Again, Jesus Christ, this color is so fucking awful. But like, imagine the white one. Imagine this was white, okay? Like 9 out of 10. It's a 9. It's a 9. It's fucking great. Maybe a 9.5. This honestly might be a 9.5. I'll stick with a 9. I'll stick with a 9. But in my heart, it might be a 9.5. It might be a 9.5. I'm not so sure. I'm not going to stand on that, though. It's a 9 for now. That's the official rating. It's just super fucking solid. Super great. I didn't expect this video to be nearly as long as it is. I didn't expect I had as much to fucking say about this topic. But I don't know. I guess this is going to be the second fucking 40-minute video on this channel. The foam runner. Okay. There's a good chance if you're watching this and you're not one of my friends that I've sent this to. There's a good chance that if you're watching this, you clicked on this video to see my opinion on this. Like, you might have even skipped to this point in the video. And I want to say, this bitch is straight out the gate. This bitch is a 10. This is a 10. It's the other, like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, the fucking, like, it looks like, oh, sorry, the trypophobia warning, I guess, sorry. I probably should have given that earlier. I just realized how awful this video would be. How awful these shoes are for people with trypophobia. I'm very sorry. But like just looking at it with like the circles and like you got the bigger ones in the back, and then it kind of gets like smaller as you go forward, and all of like the little rivets, like not rivets, all like the lines and like the I'm trying to think of like the fucking divots, I guess, like all like the divots, and like it's so fluid and it looks so natural, like it looks like it was like fucking, like it looks like grown, like it looks like you found this in like the woods, like it looks so natural and like alive, and like it's just so fucking crazy. And like honestly, not the craziest shoe here. Is it a little crazy? Yeah. Is it a little crazy? Yeah. But, like, it's not the craziest shoe here. Like, I feel like it's a little overblown how weird this shoe is. And maybe that's just because I'm so adjusted to it. But, like, look at this. Like, this is weirder. This is weirder. This is a weirder shoe. This is a weirder shoe. This is probably a weirder shoe. Like, all things considered. Is it one of the weirder shoes that Yeezy has released? Yes. But, like, it's not the weirdest thing in the world. I can think of shoes from other brands that were released before this that are a lot fucking wilder. Because, like, oh my god, it looks so fucking awesome. I guess the main thing that you can think of is it is a little hard to style. I know I said I was going to deduct a point for that. Honestly, I kind of take that back. I don't fucking care. I'm viewing art in a vacuum. So, you know. Asterisks. I guess view art in a vacuum, asterisks, because there's a bit more complicated than that. But either way. God, it's just so fucking good. It's just so good. It's so good. I love it. It just... God, they've never made a shoe that looks more alive and natural and fluid than this. And just like, God, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. But yeah, this is a 10. This is a 10 easily. On to the 450. I have a friend who bought a pair of these when Yeezy was doing like their like clear out shit, or not Yeezy, Adidas was doing like the clear out shit recently. They got like the gray one, or the one with like the lighter gray upper and then like the darker gray lower. I like the white one the best. It looks like a cloud almost. I really like these with like the claws and how like I don't know why I said it like that. With like how it kind of like fucking like eats the shoe. I like this shoe kind of eating itself, like some like self-vor shit. I also like how bumpy this is. It looks cool. It looks like a cloud almost, but like I kind of like, I know a lot of people have compared it to like a cloud, but like I kind of like thinking of this as like a slime goop creature consuming like a shoe, like a sneaker. I really like seeing it as like that. I think that's like a more interesting way of like viewing it. and I really like it. Again, this shoe is great. It's super solid. I'm gonna have to get through these a little quicker, I think, now. But like, it's really great. It's really solid. It's really awesome. I love it. 8. Yeah, 8. I didn't expect to rate these so high, but yeah, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Knit Runner. I like the Knit Runner. I don't think I would want to own a pair. I think I would want to own a pair. Like these aren't like a perfect shoe. Okay, not as good as the foam runners. I don't really know why they share a similar name. I guess because they have a kind of similar silhouette and they serve a kind of similar purpose. But either way, I do like these. I like how like the treading kind of like extends up here. I like this color too, like how like it looks like super painted on. I also like the size being kind of like just displayed here. I like this divot. This divot looks so cool. I don't know. I just like it a lot. I just like the divot. I like the Knit Runner divot. It's cool. It's nice. I'd put my finger in it. I'd put my finger in it and rub it around a little bit. I'd want to do that. I'd want to like grab like both of the divots, like with like my thumb in one and then like my middle finger in the other while it's on my foot and kind of like tug on it. Like I'd want to kind of like tug on it like that a little bit, but not too hard. I don't want to take them off. But like, I kind of want to like tug on it, or maybe like do that to someone else, like consensually, of course. Like I ask and they say yes, and they're enthusiastic about it. We're both enthusiastic about it. Like it's fully consensual. And I just do like a little Knit Runner tug. I just tug on their Knit Runner a little bit. Like I would love to do that with the Knit Runner divot. These are a really nice shoe. I'm gonna give them a 7.5. I like them. I think they're cool. I like them. I would want to own a pair, I think. Insulated boot. Okay, this is where styling kind of matters. I know I've gone back and forth on whether or not I give a shit about this. Listen, I just fucking, if you haven't already guessed, this is unscripted. Obviously, I've just completely off riff. This is so fucking haphazard. But either way, the insulated boot, very cool. I like it. But I don't know, honestly. I just kind of said very cool. I like it, just kind of instinctively. I actually don't know if I like it. Like, this is kind of one of the rare instances where, like, it's a really cool kind of experimentation. I remember I was watching a review of this boot at one point, and they kind of pointed out how these 3, like, cutouts are very reminiscent of, like, the 3 cutouts on the back of the foam runner. Like, they're pretty much actually identical, just kind of, like, scaled to, like, fit here. And I think that's really cool. That was probably pretty intentional, I think. I do like this treading, though. That is, like, really fucking sick treading. This also, like, kind of goes forward, which is odd. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. But, like, this opening is so, like, humorously wide that, like, you need literally the biggest fucking pants in the world for this to not look fucking stupid as shit on you. Like, looking at this, like, in isolation, you can think, like, oh, yeah, this is pretty cool. But, like, you see this on someone, and it's like, you gotta be wearing, like, the biggest fucking pants ever. Which, if you own the biggest fucking pair of pants ever, that's good. Maybe these are for you. I don't think these are for me. I'm honestly gonna give these, like, a 6. I didn't expect to hate these so much. Or not like these so much, but, like, they're like a 6. They're not that good. Now we get to the Knit Runner boot. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is the most insane shoe that Yeezy has ever released. Period. Like, ever. Way crazier than the foam runners. Crazier than the Quantums. Like, way crazier than the quantums. Like, these are just so insanely mental. These are just crazy. These are like the most, like, this is the most insane idea that, like, they just ran with. Like, this is so wild. It's a knit runner with, like, I actually don't know this extra text. Oh, waterproof. And I think it's something in USA. It doesn't say made, but, like, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I think it might say designed. I don't know. Some fucking Apple designed in California bullshit. Like, it's a knit runner with a little different, to be fair. Like, on the upper, I mean, obviously it's a little different. But on the upper, I mean, give it these giant shark fin treads with, like, these weird patterns on them, and give them, like, almost like like something kind of reminiscent of, like, the insulated boot, but, like, not really. Like, this is insane. This is so incredibly mental. And the thing is, like, I have to respect it. Like, even though, hi, Butterfly. Hi, Butterfly is my dog. Say hi, Butterfly. I don't know if you heard her. She's a Chihuahua. She's a puppy. He's named after the Kendrick Lamar album. But, like, Jesus Christ, this boot is one of the most insane pieces of footwear I've ever seen. Like, genuinely. Like, it's so incredibly mental. Like, it's so, like, wild. And just, like, it's mental. That's the best way I can describe it, is mental. Like, it's so, like, there was, like, I want to know the thought process. And, like, I'm not even saying it's bad. Like, I respect the shit out of this. That this is something that was sat down. Like people sat down, designed this. Or maybe Kanye designed it. I don't know. I don't think he single-handedly designs his shoes. Fucking... And they went through with it. They manufactured this and they sold it. And I respect the shit out of that. I genuinely respect the shit out of that. And I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I don't know. It's like, this... dude, okay. You could style them. You could style them, dude. I promise. They're definitely cooler in isolation. I don't know if you can hear the garbage truck outside. They're definitely cooler in isolation. And not actually on someone. But... I don't know. I just like them a lot. But I don't think I can give them anything higher than a 7, unfortunately. I just don't really think... I know... I'll give it 7.5. 7.5, just because I just so much respect towards these, for just being as insane and mental as they are. Basketball knit. They're kind of like the Quantums mixed with nothing else. I don't know why I said mixed with... These are pretty cool. I actually don't think I knew about these prior to this. I think this is the last Adidas that was released. Because this was 2022, I think. And you have the fucking, I mean, these are pretty cool. You have, like, these line patterns. You have, like, these, like, goopy patterns. Almost like this digicamo, but, like, not really. You have this outsole with, like, the tan and, like, the off high little bit. Jesus Christ, you're invading my privacy much. Hi. Little bit is my other dog. She's much older. She's also a Chihuahua, but she's also a pit bull. She's a pit bull Chihuahua, if you would believe that. Don't ask me how that happened. Life is full of mysteries. The shoe, is cool. Sorry, I got so fucking sidetracked. I like this little gray bit. And also I'm assuming this is kind of like a sock material. It is called knit. So I'm assuming this is kind of like more of like a sock material, a little bit of foreshadowing. I'm gonna put my blanket on my dog, or her blanket. It's her blanket, not my blanket. But yeah, the shoe. I don't know. I honestly don't really care that much for it. I think it's pretty cool. It kind of just feels like it's retreading stuff that they've already done, though, to kind of an extent. And also, like, I don't know. It's just kind of whatever to me. I don't know. Honestly, kind of like a 6.5. 6.5. I don't really care much for it. And moving on to what I think is the last one, the Yeezy Pod. So this is the only one without a white background, actually. Sorry about that. Not sorry. I don't fucking care. I don't regard your feelings at all. But it's also the only one that I actually own, and I'm wearing them right now. I'm actually wearing them to where I kind of have them like folded down right now. I don't know if for people who own these, if you've ever fucking tried that, where you just kind of like roll it down to like your ankle so it's like shorter. That's how I'm wearing them right now. But which means I can give first-hand experience on these. Now, I want to emphasize, I have the ones made in China. I think this picture is one of the ones made in Italy because it's thinner around the ankle bit. It's the China ones are thicker because of some issues that were coming up with this being like too thin. So they bulked it up. I really like these. Maybe a little controversial. I don't know. These sparked a lot of controversy when they first came out. But that was also because they were $200 and now they're $20. Again, I'm not really caring about the price. I'm just caring about the art. And like, yes, I understand. It's just like it's like a thermal sock with rubber pads on it. But a thermal sock with rubber pads on it is good. I don't care if it's not like super impressive or super wild, or like super like fucking, or like, oh, like it's, I don't give a shit if it's just a thermal sock with rubber pads on it. If a thermal sock with rubber pads on it is a good idea, and it is a good idea, and I like them. I like how they look. They're very comfortable. The sizing is annoying, yes, but like also like I kind of like mine are a little oversized for my feet, but I actually kind of like that look. It kind of makes it look more like alien. I kind of like how these kind of look like alien feet almost. I enjoy that look. They're sleek. Like you can wear them with a surprising amount of things because of how sleek they are. They're just so fucking. They are very comfortable again. And like, and again, I'm not regarding price, but $20, right? $20 is a fucking crazy price for like any pair of shoes. That's not going into the score, by the way. I just wanted to mention that. These are fucking incredible. I love these. They're not a 10. They're probably not even like a 9 on us. You know what? Fuck you. They're a 9. They're a 9. The Yeezy Pods are a 9. I don't fucking care. There are like 3 9s on this list. The Yeezy Pods are one of them. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? I love these things. I fucking love them. Genuinely. These are great. Vultures sucks, by the way. I'm not like I'm not like a Vultures era dick rider, and that's why I'm saying this. I fucking hate the Vultures era so fucking much. Get us out of here. But the Yeezy Pods, great fucking pair of shoes. Or socks, I guess. I think they're legally shoes because they have outsoles. But yeah. Yeah.